Just never know where I'm going to pop up. Do you? Let's see who's out there tonight. Looks like my audio and my video is a little off again, or not. No, it looks like everything's good. Okay, so just, let's see who's out there. I don't even know who's there. It only shows me little eyeballs. Let me see if I can find out who's there. Oh, there's Sean Creemans. Rick popped in. And hello, Debbie. Happy birthday again. Just trying to see if my... had some technical difficulties today, so I figured I might pop back in tonight and see who's out there. Hey, Zorka, hope you had a happy birthday. It's funny, I had an issue today. John, if you're still there, I want you to let me know if my video and audio thing is messed up, because there's something going on with my camera. It's kind of funky. So anyway, I posted something today, and I immediately got a call from someone, "Are you okay?" And it was about Jake Ryan, who used to be my favorite guy ever, from 16 Candles. And everyone's like, "Oh, Jake Ryan, he's the best." And then you know what? After you think about it, pay no attention to the small child walking through the house. You weren't on camera, it's okay. But if you think about it, hey Dana, hey guys, if you think about these people, like think about Jake Ryan from 16 Candles. He was supposed to be this awesome guy, and I wrote this long thing about it, and then I don't want people to think, oh, it's referring to someone I used to date, or someone I'm thinking about dating, or someone I was married to, but it's horrible. Jamie, do you agree? This whole thing with Jake Ryan, he was so cool, and he would be in his red car, being all fancy and sassy, but meanwhile, he has a girlfriend. And he's hitting on Molly Ringwald, which that's a whole other issue. I never understood that. I just don't get it. But anyway, it's all good. I'm going to try to share this. I'm not public. Oh, now I'm public. Ooh. Hey, Denisha. Look, everybody. Oh, Denisha, thank you so much for all your work. That's one of our nurses out there, and I want to thank you so much. It is amazing. I can't even imagine on the front line. I mean... just being here with my 3 girls, I feel like I'm on the front line, but I know that's nothing compared to everything. So thank you so much. Hey, Tanya. Oh, Tanya. How's that left hand looking? Just saying. She's like, shh, stop it. Stop it. So yeah, so this is the PM version. I'm the it girl. Whatever that means. It's really nice. My girls clean out their closets, and then I just get to take their clothes. But anyway, so let me know what you think about this whole thing with Jake Ryan. What are your thoughts? Anybody out there? Anybody have an opinion? Let me know what you think about it, because Jake Ryan was like everything to me, and I always remember I was like, oh, how cool would that be? I'd be at my brother's wedding, and this guy would pull up in his red Porsche or whatever. I mean, Karen his Bronco, whatever, pull up, and I'd be like, oh, he's here to see me, and then not thinking, oh, did he have a girlfriend? Didn't he have a girlfriend last night at the whatever dance? I just don't get it. So my favorite movie is, consequently, Steve Harvey's Act Like a Lady and Think Like a Man. Because if you think about it, that's really what it is. You have to like think like a man, because, well, I don't know. Obviously, it didn't work out too well so far for me, but there's all those techniques and everything. Not that you're playing games, because I've actually, I was talking to someone yesterday, and you didn't know this was going to be a therapy session, did you? I was talking to someone, feel more important. I have my glasses on. I was talking to someone the other day, and, you know, my brother said this to my mom one time: I'm not a mind reader. If you want me to do something, just tell me. And that is, I guess, my biggest takeaway when you're dating, when you're in marriage, when you have children, everything. If I say to my kids, oh, don't worry, you don't have to clean up the kitchen, it's fine, but I really want them to, they're like, but you said you didn't want it to, you didn't mind. Well, yeah, that's exactly. Hey, Julie Keys, hey, how are you doing? Tell Michael we said hello. You know, you have to be serious and upfront with everyone. I think that's the biggest thing, because if you're sitting there and you're saying, oh, don't worry about it, meanwhile you're like, oh. I remember one time I was dating this guy. Oh my gosh, so funny. He's not on Facebook, so it's okay. So Wayne, you're in the clear. So he said to me, well, what do you want for your birthday? So what is your typical response? Nothing. Oh, I don't want anything. So guess what he got me for my birthday? Nothing. Hey, Amy. Don't worry, Amy, your cookies are done. We're all good. But he didn't give me anything. He's like, but you said you didn't want anything. I'm like, well, I didn't really mean I didn't want anything. Like I said, say what you mean, do what you mean. Hey, Deborah, how are you? Good. Oh, look at Allison. Oh, this is so nice. It's like a little calmer than in the morning. I'm still feeling like I'm off a little bit. I don't know. Hey, Scott Conwell. Scott Conwell. Funny story. So how I met Scott Conwell. I met him one time. He's funny as anything. I can't figure out what he does. I don't know where he lives. I don't know anything about him except he is a riot. It was one of the first nights that I was going out when we first filed for the divorce. So we went to the Royal Pig, which I love that place, over on Los Olas. And so, I mean, we were there. It was like, there were like 4 girls. We were all out, Gidget, me and Judy. And there's Scott Conwell. Poor Scott. He didn't know what was coming. Because here we are, coming guns barrel. We were just like, we Ubered that night, and man, we just came over like Scott. We just like started like joking around with him, and I don't even know. And then so now I've just been, somehow we're just Facebook friends, just harassing the heck out of him. So at any opportunity. But I made up this little meme, and I want to see if I can. I want to see how clever I am if I can throw this up here. I don't know. Let's just see. Oh, there's some dolphin and stuff. But here's the meme that I created, because this man really destroyed my dating. I blame it all on this man. And you know what? He became a carpenter after. There he is. That's him. You ever see this guy? You just walk away. In case you're wondering, Diet Coke. That's it. No alcohol, nothing. Just some Diet Coke. Hey, Frank, how are you? People are like tuning in like, what is going on? But yeah, it's just like therapy session for me, not for you guys. But anyway, so what take away from all this? First of all, you don't want to be going after some guy that's like just pawned his ex-girlfriend off on some drunk guy and just said, hey, take her, no problem. Second of all, if anybody asks you, what do you want for your birthday? You tell them what you want. I mean, let's not get crazy. I remember when I was in college, we were in the sorority, and I mean, I never get flowers. I guess I just don't look like a flower person. Hey, John Hooper. I don't look like a person who likes flowers, I guess. I don't know. So I remember this one girl. She didn't even live in the sorority house. And every time she started dating someone, she would get roses and flowers. Yeah, I'm testing out my camera, John. My audio. So I felt a little like I was in a Japanese movie today. I would talk, and then it was totally messed up. So I'm just messing around tonight. So anyway, and people just showed up. It's like having a party and you guys just show up. This is really nice. So anyway, back to, so she would always have roses and flowers sent to the sorority house. And I'm like, why? I don't even understand this. Like, every guy she dates, does she just pick guys to date this one? I was like, no, she's telling him. I'm sure she's saying, my last boyfriend sent me flowers. And I'm like, I never asked, and I really want to find her. I can't find her anywhere, and I want to find out if that is true. I want to know. There's John Felton. Hey, John Felton, how are you? I used to work for John Felton's dad. Well, I didn't work directly for him, but maybe she bought him herself. She might have, right? Would that be funny? Like, send flowers to yourself. Oh my God. I will say, I've never done that. I've ever done that? No, I've never done that. I've never bought flowers for myself. I've never done anything like that. I've never done anything that crafty. But maybe, at 52, almost 53 years old, maybe I should have to do that. Maybe that's an idea, John. Maybe, there you go. Yes, just fabulous. So if you guys are having a great Thursday night, it's who put tears? Don't be crying. Don't cry for me, Argentina. John Hooper. Maybe. But no, why? Oh, am I that sad you have to cry for me? Y'all are like, oh my gosh, she's insane. So I told my girls, I'm going on, don't worry. And they're like, hey, Cindy. I'm not talking to myself. There's another Cindy, I swear. But so I got a new table here. So I'm trying to see if I look over here, because my mom's like, I don't like it when you look over to see who's on. Hi, Danielle. And then you're not looking at us. Oh, and Cindy's on there. Another Cindy. Oh, look at this. It's just Cindy. And Mickey. Oh, this is so nice. Anyway, so the bad part is, like, my camera's off on my real camera, so it's off a little bit. And then I look over on monitor, and then it's really off. So I don't really know what's happening. So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying my morning show. If you haven't watched it, I have it on at 10 o'clock in the morning. Come on over here, Samantha. Come say hello. She just did some crazy dance move. I asked them to teach me a TikTok, and they all mocked me. They're like, no, we're not doing that. And then Nicole, because she's my sweet one, she learned to TikTok. She goes, Mom, come on, I'll teach you these. I go, if I do those dance moves, there ain't no way. Yeah, you should see what my oldest is doing right now. I'm like, oh my Lord, what is happening? Oh, that's a nice laugh. Now she's mocking me. Yeah, it's so nice to have 3 teens in the house. Yes, I don't ask anymore, how do I look? Because I don't need to ask. They just tell me how you look. You know, you should start working out a little bit. Who held her third? What? What does that mean? I don't even know. I'm like 3 minutes delay over here, so I don't even know what it means. They have me on a delay on the monitor. There's my other child. They have a delay, I guess, so in case I say something bad, but it's not going to happen. Oh, it looks like I'm, what? Ask who held, what? Why what? Why am I doing this? I just did it, and then people show up. They're just here. My daughter's like, why are you doing this? Why? Oh, ask who held her third. John Hooper held Samantha third. He was the third person. He was the first non-family member to see Samantha and all her little cuteness. She looked like a little sprite. Now she's just a little something else. Can we get cherry lime LaCroix? Those are the questions I get at 10:15 at night. Go ahead. Go. They're gonna go somewhere and buy it. Have fun. This whole homeschooling, I've lost all control. Anybody else like loving this? Caroline Brito. I went to high school with her. She's just beautiful, like drop dead. She's still gorgeous. She's like one of those people that like she's just gonna be beautiful forever. Just gorgeous. And so she's posting these things about how I guess she's been homeschooling her daughter. She lives out in Colorado, which is awesome. But I just don't think it's for me because I think I'm just about tapped out on how I can help them because I'm just right at the edge where they're just going to be a little bit smarter than me, but just a little bit. I rein it back in. I got it in the math. That's all I got. For sure the math. The English, my youngest is walking around correcting us all the time. We're saying, oh, did you have a good day? She said, well, not that. How are you doing? I'm good. Well, stop correcting us. It's fine. We don't care. It's all good. Now I'm losing people. John, help me out here. I'm losing people. John, throw up a political meme. Let's get them going. They're up at 10:16. I know. They're going to be up later than that. It's awful. It's awful. Oh, my gosh. My youngest see? Your youngest just graduated college. That's it. I know. I'm like, I'm tapping out. I'm done. I'll be on the couch. Here she comes. That sweatshirt. She got a sweatshirt. We went to see Jacob Sartorius. Hey, Mary. And the sweatshirt was so big, and now it's getting smaller. Kendall Spencer, another beautiful woman. This woman, the most beautiful skin ever. She's like my idol, Southern Belle idol. I mean, just like awesome. So anyway, I don't even know where I was going with this. I was just coming on to check my thing, what's going on here. I don't even know. I'm going to try to share to that other page I have, that Just Cindy page. But I don't know. Maybe it's on there. I have no idea. I don't even know. I don't even care. I'm just going to keep talking. This is where I get in trouble. Let's see what else I can talk about. So I just want to make sure tonight, I'm so excited. I just got a new listing. Thank you very much. It's over on 15th Street. So it's a townhouse. It's very cute. I'm very excited. So I just got a new listing. And I have another one that's coming up. It's on 3rd Avenue. So that's coming up too. So see. Oh, there's Jacqueline. Hello. I don't know why I do that voice, but anyway, so listings, so people are buying, people are selling, and I also, is it the hamster? Did I just put the hamster on top of the dog? Here, bring me. So, and also we're selling the cookies too. Here's the hamster. Look at it. Aw, but look, it's like bald. It's like, it's got scurvy or something. I don't know what's wrong with it. Cindy after dark. Exactly, John. That's awkward. All right, I've got a few hamster stories. Nothing weird. Well, maybe. So So I always want to make sure that the hamster is female because otherwise they look like this. Disgusting, right? So my mom and I, we went. This is when I was in college, and we went to get a hamster over at the Hollywood Fashion Center where they used to have that pet store. Remember that? Anyway, hello. So we went over to the pet store, and when you get them and they're small, you can't tell if they're a boy or girl because they don't have parts that are dropping yet. So how you find out if it's a boy or a girl is you blow on the hamster. This is after dark. So you have to blow on the hamster and then it drops. So that's how we found out. So anyway, this one we didn't blow on good enough, I guess. Or actually it was like one of the only ones they had, so we got it. So there you go. We didn't have to do that with the dog. The bunny, when its balls dropped, Ashley's like, what is that? They were so awkward looking. And when we went to have it fixed, the vet's like, they were the largest ones we'd ever seen. So there you go.
It's a boy because all of them were boys.
We got them because all of them were boys? Yeah, they're all boys. That's okay. So now we have 2 boys. There's Lisa Colucci. Oh my gosh. Lisa and I went to middle school together. We were in journalism together with Miss Crawford. And you know what? Let's see if we can summon Miss Crawford. Is that funny? Like I could do that. I can like find people and I can see if they'll come on. Oh, I can't remember what her last name. I'm flaking out on her name. Anyway, we can. Oh, let's see if we can get Dave Colbert to come on. That'd be funny. I mean, why not? I don't know. Oh, look another guy that has like Don Shula. All right, now I don't know. Robert says stop fondling the hamster. Can you guys get me like some I don't know, whatever that stuff is that we're supposed to be using all the time. I use gloves, I swear. I use gloves and a mask and all kinds of fun stuff. Oh, look at this picture I found because, I got nothing else to show. Can you see that? Look at that. That's me and my Aunt Honey. Oh, thank you. And my Aunt Honey, and that was when I came back from college or something. I don't know. I was looking for pictures of me with my big brother, Rusty, because it was his birthday today. Happy birthday, Rusty. Oh, there's Mike Boylan. I used to work for Mike Boylan, too. How you doing, Mike? How's it going? Mike just retired, and I think he just got elected to something, if I remember correctly. I'm sorry, my brain gets a little crazy at night. My children are over here dancing on the side, and they're trying to confuse me, which does not take much at this night. Now they're throwing the hamster bag down. Oh my gosh, insane. Oh, so anyway, so I posted that thing about, what was it about? Oh, about Jake Ryan. So here, there are 2 things that this is when you know you're way too Facebook obsessed. 2 things. First of all, if I post something and I do not get a like, a comment, or a share within 20 minutes, I get all stressed out. That's ridiculous, right? So I posted something the other day and it didn't, and I'm like, oh, I just had it to just me. That's why. See? No, just kidding. But then the other thing that concerns me is if I all of a sudden get texts, are you okay? What's going on? Are you all right? Then I know that I put something that may have been a little too honest. Too serious or something. So with the Jake Ryan thing, as soon as I posted that, my friend Wendy, she's like, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, no. You missed the whole point of that. The whole point of that is that here's John Hughes messing up all these teen girls. Like, okay, Breakfast Club, right? Who did you like in Breakfast Club? The jock, he was a total dork. And then Mike, the one with 3 names, I can never remember his name. Nobody liked him. Oh, sorry, I think Jacqueline liked him. Anyway, but of course, you like the burnout. A guy with an attitude that's a total jerk. That's the one you want to be with. That's the one you want to give if you had pierced ears, because I don't. That's the one you want to give your diamond earring to, right? That one, that's the cool one. Oh, here's the bunny, come on. Yeah, that's the one you want, always the one. I mean, did you really want to be with there he is. Oh my God. You wanted to be with the bad boy, right? That's what you wanted. You didn't want to be with the nice guy. And then that's the sad thing. You grow up, but what should you do? You need to teach your children, teach your daughters. Anthony Michael Hall. See? Told you. And she also liked, what's the other one? The one that has a doughy face. The one from Say Anything. Jacqueline really liked him. I didn't like him when he was young because his face was kind of doughy. He was in 16 Candles too, but I liked him as he got older. See? That's what it is. Rob Lowe, I liked him when he was young, but now he's too thin and he's too pretty. You never want to date. Hey, Debbie, thank you for the video today. You never want to date someone prettier than you, especially if you're the girl and the guy's prettier. And you also, girls, here's a lesson. You don't ever want to date someone that they can fit into your jeans. I didn't say get into your jeans. I said fit into your jeans. That's all. No, that's not how they're over here. I don't even know what they're saying. Did you guys watch Real Housewives last night? Denise Richards. Oh my gosh, I can't wait till the whole Brandy thing comes out. John Cusack, thank you. Can't wait till the whole Brandy thing comes out. That is getting a little interesting, especially with all the comments. Did you see last night? Don't talk like that in front of my children. Yes, he was doughy. His face was kind of doughy looking. And I'll bet you if he shook his hand was doughy and wet. I'm going to bet. I used to have a list. I know Jacqueline knows. I have a list of guys of what all the very important things about a guy when I would date them. I'm not going to tell you now. No. But one of the most important one, right, Jacqueline? What is the most important thing? They had to have large nail beds. No clue why. I have no idea. Just random things. Now my children are crawling under the table looking for the bunny, I think. He was just not skinny. No. Hey, Nina, how are you? How's it going? Thanks for dropping in. It's like having my own person. I like this kind of party because I'm the only one talking. I've got a dog. What? Then I'm the only one talking. Oh my gosh. There's a dog bunny fight. The rabbit does not like my children, just so you know. Does not like my children. What do you want, Teddy or the bunny? Oh my God, they're going to knock over the guitar. It's like mayhem here. This is how my life is. Except, you know what? This is really nice. I'm going to do this every single night because they're not fighting. Hey, Corey Donnelly. I went to school with I guess I went with him and his brother Jay. Crazy. What? I'm not drinking. That's the problem. Here it is. Diet Coke. Oh my God. They're breaking my set. What did you do? You got the rabbit. Oh, you can see them crawling around. That's hilarious. They saw you crawling around. Here's the other one. Look at this baby. Oh, hello.
Ew,
Hello. Hello. She's swimming. Okay. Anyway, I'm not drinking. No. But I did think about this the other night with Robert. Because I remember I was living in an apartment over off, hey, she's going to bite you, off 16th Avenue over in Fort Lauderdale. I remember I was having this guy over for dinner, and I call up Robert. I'm like, Robert, this is what I have in my house. What can I do with it? And he goes, you have any green beans? Do you have this? And then he helped me make a little better meal than it would have been instead of my hamburger helper, my culinary delight. Eddie is not going to be there tomorrow. Eddie, Eddie, I'm like a psychic. Let me call Eddie. Eddie, come to the show. No, so Eddie's tie will not be there tomorrow. He's going to be there next week. Hey, Doug, how's it going? Steak roll-ups. Oh, those were good. Oh, so I made steak roll-ups one time. Talk about, I've dated some very interesting, another guy, not on Facebook. So I made this my favorite thing. They're steak roll-em-ups, and it's steak with bacon on the outside, and then you put mushroom and onion in the inside, and you roll it up with a toothpick. I was so excited. I'm making dinner for this guy, and he goes, I wonder what it tastes like if it was marinated before you did it. And I'm like, really? This is what we're doing? Okay. So, of course, I dated him for another 6 months. He completely ruined my self-esteem, and here we are. But the good thing is I ran into him 6 months later, and he apologized for treating me that way. I don't even know what it's for. Anyway, life lessons. This is what I'm trying to teach my children. She's moving her room. Oh, you bet. This is what my daughters do. One daughter decides that she doesn't have to clean or do. That is not a seal. That's my daughter. And she does not have corona, even though she's coughing like she does. One daughter just is a pigsty. It's just like a complete mess. Nicole changes her room like every 3 seconds, moves everything. I don't care because she doesn't make me do it. And then the other one complains, are you going to help me move my stuff? And then I go, let's move it. She goes, oh, not now. Okay. The life of having 3 daughters. And if you know me, which some of you do, if you know me, you knew that I did not want girls. Because, first of all, as you can tell, I don't know how to do hair or makeup. Oh, Ian thinks I'm answering. Oh, I love it. I love that I appeal to the college guy. I like it. I appeal to the college guys. When I used to do comedy, that's what I say. I feel like I'm in. Oh, I can't say that joke. My kids are up. There's my daughter listening. I can't say that joke. Hey, there's Dave Covert. Look, I summoned him. Come to my show. And my children are putting the bunny in garbage cans. Anyway, so I didn't want girls because I don't know how to do hair or makeup, obviously. Hey, Dave. And so I ended up with 3 daughters. I don't know. I remember this was really funny because my ex-husband is brilliant. I mean, he is the smartest person I know. Jacqueline will attest to that. Hey, Debbie, how's it going? He will attest. She'll attest to this. He's super smart. And so anyway, he said, we had Samantha, which was a girl, and he goes, we wanted to have a boy. He goes, well, I know how to make a boy. Okay. So you had to do it. Like when you had to do it, time, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you should feel important. We summoned you, Dave Covert. So when we went to the doctor, well, I went to the doctor and I got the results, or they called me, whatever. They're like, oh, baby A, because we had twins, girl, baby B, girl. Like, you don't think I threw that in his face? I don't know why we got divorced. Oh, you're so smart. Tell me about how to make a boy again. 3 girls. He's like, well, maybe it was a mistake. I'm like, wait, who's the smartest? Oh, I don't know. You know he's super smart and very creative. We know that. Oh, they're over there destroying my rabbit. It's my rabbit. Anyway, let's move on to another topic. Another one. Oh, we just had that. I had posted that picture of Jacqueline and I, and we were down in Costa Rica. That was an awesome trip. You know, I'm thinking I might have to do another retreat once this is all over. Maybe like a staycation, which would be awesome. Hey, Eddie. Might be nice if we could go someplace and maybe do some yoga. I'm inspired by the Real Housewives. So maybe we could do like a yoga, drinking, meditation, maybe a little conversation. What do you think? I think that would be good. And I think we could do it with guys. We could do it with guys and girls. And my pseudo Marshall thing fell. I got this because I had 2 for my brother. I'm like, oh, I might as well keep it. Anyway, I think that's what we could do, and we could do it with guys and girls, and then it would be kind of fun, and we could do like just have a good time. It'd almost be like camp, so that'd be kind of cool. I think that would be fun. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Hey, Alfonso. So once this is all over, hey, Rodney's like, oh God, what is she doing now? The drinking conversation, exactly, and just like in Real Housewives last night. I will not be like Teddy. I will not get upset if you don't go to certain parts of it. You go to whatever part you want to. That's all that matters. I don't really care. If you just want to drink all day, that's fine. It's a sticker. It's a Carmex obsessed. My daughter wanted me. Apparently, Carmex is our new sponsor.
No, it's not.
So, so my daughter plays the ukulele, and she hates her. She knows how to, and so I tried to learn, and she said, "Stay away from my ukulele." Hey, Claire, I hope you guys had a good birthday this weekend because it's expensive. Oh, because she bought it.
It's tattooed. You want to see it?
And it's tattooed. So I decided to talk to my brother, who's an awesome guitar player, and I said I've always wanted to learn how to play guitar, but I noticed that my fingers they get all. They hurt, and I just can't do it. So that's why I want to do a ukulele because
it's the same thing.
No, it's not. They're nylon strings, so they're easier. So my brother said, "You know what you should do?" Because I always wanted to be a guitar player. I always wanted to be Taylor Swift. Well, I didn't really want to be Taylor Swift. I always wanted to be Olivia Newton-John. There were some rumors about her years ago when I was little.
Okay, I think we're done.
I wanted to be Kenny Chesney's backup singer. I'll tell you this story. So I know a lot of you know my little obsession with Kenny Chesney, and so I went to a concert once. Jacqueline and I were there. We were sitting behind some. I'm not even going about that, but anyway, we went to the concert. It was his first concert. He kind of had an attitude. This first one, like first of the season. And it made me sad because I've interviewed a lot of celebrities, and like David Hasselhoff. I interviewed. There's a lot of people. I can't remember any of their names right now. But anyway, and most of the time, celebrities are really super, super nice. And they're just like so gracious. I interviewed Huey Lewis one time, and he was so cool because I love Huey Lewis. And he goes, "Look, I know I'm not very good looking. Well, he said, I know I'm not good looking at all. And the only reason anybody wants to look at me or talk to me is because I'm a celebrity. But otherwise, they don't care. So I remember watching Kenny Chesney on stage, and there was this singer, I'm having a total mental block, that came out, and she's the cutest little thing, and she's probably about the same height as him, but she had heels like this big and a skirt this big on, and she came out, Casey Musgrave, and she came out to sing with him. And as soon as she walked out on stage, I looked at Jacqueline and I go, this ain't gonna work. And she's like, I go, he is not gonna be happy about this. And in the middle of her song, or the duet, he said, take them off. He made her, because they weren't slip off. They were like the little hook. See, I'm such a girl. You know, those dainty, like, in my flip-flops and all chewed up by my rabbit. He had her sit down on the stage in that tiny little skirt and take her heels off. I was like, we're done. Well, that wasn't the only thing. Remember, Jacqueline? Because he also, at every stadium, this is over in Tampa, my favorite stadium. I love that with the big ship and everything. Oh, awesome. But anyway, I remember he at every stadium, he would pull a kid up on stage and give them a signed helmet from the football team. So he pulled this kid up, and he's like, gives him the helmet. And then it's in the middle of the song, he pulls him up. It was the Boys That Fall. And then he's walking, he just leaves the kid and just walks away. And I'm like, there's this little kid standing there and lets his handler do it. See, that's a sign of someone who doesn't either have kids or nephews or whatever, that he would just walk away. That poor kid was like, and then Jacqueline just said stories. That was, I don't really think that was the ending point for Jacqueline. I think what it was is they did not have a full bar at that concert. They just had like random. It was like you could either have like the margarita mix or it was just awful. It was just awful. But anyway, but who was there? The chief was there. That's all she cared about, because she loves Eric Church. I was like, about Eric Church. But anyway, but yeah, Kenny would do this. Like the Old Blue Chair, that song, he'd go, all right, I wrote this song, and I'll tell you about it. I wrote it while I was sitting in an old blue chair. And here it goes. Every story was like that. I'm like, oh my Lord. Are you kidding me? Now it's the Cindy and Jacqueline show. I like this. I'm going to have, oh, hey, Scott. And Hope. Hi, Hope. I got high hopes. I'm going to start singing that. People are like, why? Why is this happening? Anyway, so, and Chris, I'm not sure if it's Chris or Lori or both, and Heidi Guggenheimer. So Heidi and I cheered together. We go way back. I just saw those pictures who posted them? Was it Wendy? Yeah, it was Wendy. Wendy Hancock. I'm going to summon Wendy. When Wendy posted pictures of the maypole. And I was sad because we never did that. Did we? We never did that and there's Megan. Hey, Megan. We never did that at Sheridan Hills. We did have field day. I ran into Mr. Beavis the other day. If you guys are Sheridan Hills people, you know who that is. Ran into Mr. Beavis, not the other day, a while ago. Looks exactly the same, and he had the shorts on. Swear. How weird is that? And I would, when it was in real estate school with his niece, even weirder. Her name was Christine Beavis, and I go, are you related? She goes, yeah. I'm like, oh, there's Debbie Glasser from her. I'm so sorry. I just refer to you as your maiden name. It's just like with me, when I went back to Sessoms, everyone's like, I only thought of you as Sessoms anyway. I'm like, oh, okay. Apparently, so did I. So I must be a little entertaining as my children leave the door open. You know what? They're waiting to glean some kind of like, oh, did you hear what Mom said? They went to their dad's tonight. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll go meet up with some people. No, I'm not going to have. You were the May Queen? Oh, how cool is that? With David Fine. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. And Debbie Glasser's brother was one of my first dates ever. And we went to Swenson's Ice Cream Parlor. How about that? With my parents, but whatever. And David Glasser and Mike Oronsky were always determined to beat my father at ping pong, because my dad's a really good ping pong player. I remember I used to play him, and I used to play ping pong with him, and all of a sudden I'd get a few points with my dad. And all of a sudden my dad would be like, oh, you want me to play right-handed now? I'm like, really? So I don't do that to my girls. And my girls are always like, oh, did you let me win? I'm like, when you were little, I would let you win. But now, no way. David Fine swam at Nova. He went to Nova too? What? Jacqueline had the biggest crush on Debbie's brother. We all had a crush on Debbie's brother. All of us did. And there's Wayne Stosky. Right on cue. We won't tell how Jacqueline and I met Wayne. We'll save that for another night. Wayne's like, what is this? I did not sign up for this. Because I've got Wayne, he's my sports guy. And so he came on the other day and he gave us a little update on Don Shula. And then he also gave us an update on, what was the other thing? Oh, I don't know, something very important. I'm sorry, Wayne. Oh, about the draft, which is kind of cool that they still did the draft. That's nice. I like that, It's kind of cool. And then you got to see, I think what's neat, I was looking at my kids, they're doing their homeschooling. And what's kind of cool is we would see them, you get to see what all the rooms in the house. Because like my kid, one time they're in their bedroom, one time they're in the family room, one time they're, wherever they are doing it. So it's kind of fun watching, looking at these kids peeking in. If I were a teacher, I would be really studying. Now, what are they doing now? Stofsky. Yeah, Stofsky played baseball at Nova. He played at LSU. He played in Italy. And now he's on Just Cindy. See how far you've come, Wayne. He's also the athletic director, and he's a trainer, and he does all this stuff. I don't know, and I mean, he's got more hats than I do. So anyway, yeah. So let's see what else. What else you got, John? What else? I'm not even going to talk about any of the news from today, but it's all very interesting. I'm just saying. I'm not going there because I don't know about you. I tend to stay out of anything that gets a little crazy, except that whole Jake Ryan thing, because that thing just really annoys me. I'm trying to think of another favorite movie that I have. Oh, not Big Time Rush. What's that movie, Ashley? Drive Me Crazy. Oh, Adrian Grenier. Love him. Oh my gosh. But he got a little too green. I appreciate if you're green. He was actually on a movie with a friend of mine, his daughter, and he said, oh, this is going to bring in all recycled glass bottles and whatever and all this, and I get it, that's fine, but he just got a little weird. I think when he cut his hair kind of freaked me out a little bit. They're running around, it's crazy. But I do miss that show. What about that? 2 Arrests in Georgia. What? Oh, 2 Arrests in Georgia. Oh my gosh, how about that woman in Texas? How about that? Because in Texas, they have to get their hair done. Don't think they don't still have big hair. I spent some time in Texas. There's some big hair there. Look, I'm trying to get there now. Woo! Ready to take off. Yeah. So how about that lady? I can't remember her name. I don't have time for details. She got arrested. So did you see what they did? They set up a GoFundMe account. Yesterday was up to $230,000. So I'm thinking of going and starting a hair salon just to see if I can GoFundMe. Because I got some construction I got to do. I'm just saying. What construction would you have to do? I have 3 daughters and 2 bathrooms for them. And I am so tired of the fighting. Tired of it. That's all I hear. It's like this. Go take a shower. It's not my turn to go first. Really? Is that what we're down to? Really? Oh, so frustrating. And then the other one, don't even go there. You love Texas. I love Texas too. I had a good time in Texas. I have to say, Houston, not much to do there. I'm just saying. We didn't go to the rodeo. We went to the rodeo thing, so I got to see all the animals and stuff and like that. But there wasn't a lot to do. But then I find out now there's an improv there. I would have been all over that, right? Yeah, I've got some material. But if I go back on stage, you know what happens? Then it's bad, because then I start telling stories that are true, and then people, I'll start getting calls. I don't want that. I want to keep everything light, everything happy. I've got my divorce liaison thing going. All right, let me ask you guys a question. So at one time, about 6 months ago, I was going to become the divorce realtor. But then I figured anybody who came to me, they'd go, oh, did you hear? The Smiths, not a real name. The Smiths went with Cindy when they were selling their house. They must be getting a divorce, right? So I can't do that. So I have to have all these separate jobs. I have to have mom. I got to have mom. I got to have divorce liaison, because I can't be the divorce whisperer, because I got to cease and desist. I don't even know. Oh my gosh. Okay. So so cease and desist on that. I'm going to get back to you in a second, Deborah. So on that. And then I have my cookies, that those cookies just won't go away. You know that, right? It's like I'm shutting down. And now I'm like, okay, I'm bringing them back up because, it's, I got to make some money. I got to pay for these kids, They ain't cheap. They like Starbucks and they like Jamba Juice. So come on. So anyway, so when I was in Houston, hey, Kelly Franco, or side story, Kelly Franco's dad cut my hair when I was in 6th grade. So I used to have hair all the way down to almost to my butt in like 6th grade. And I remember I wanted to get it cut because everyone had the feather cut. And we were just talking about this day. I looked like Christy McNichol. So he had me sit on the chair and sit backwards and throw my hair over. And that's how he cut my hair. So I thought it was really clever. Tried to do that with my girls, but that's not going to work. And there's Stephanie Cosby, who just moved here. And I still don't know where I think she's in Hollywood. So as soon as this pandemic thing is over, we're going to have a little Zeta reunion. So Deborah, I wanted to go to Austin because they're keeping it weird there. And my favorite cookie company in the world is in Austin. And so that's like, oh, Bunny just went in Ashley's room. So now he's going to start chewing cords. That's what they do. But anyway, yeah, I want to go to Austin. I really wanted to go to Austin. And I wanted to go to Galveston, but we never had a chance to do that. But that's okay. There's still time. Because I figure now we were supposed to go to Europe this summer. And we were talking about it in January. And then everything happened. So I didn't make plans. But now I really want to go see the lavenders. How many hair flips? Ready? 1, 2... How many hair flips till they fall off? These things are glued in, baby. See that? There you go. You just buy it. Rodney, you buy the glasses smaller and then they stay. See, Rodney, he was not my little mentor. He was my mentor. I looked up to Rodney. I'm going to say Rodney scared me just a little bit because he would you never knew, Rodney, if you were joking or serious. It was always like a little no, it's Haley's cookies, Deborah. They're awesome. I'll send you the link. But yeah, Rodney would be he'd walk down the hall and I'd go, hey, Rodney. He'd go, hello. But it was very nice of him because I was at Just the Funny down in Miami one night and he came to my show. And I was so touched. So thank you very much. And that, hey, Patty, what's up? No, and that I will say that this is what I love about my friends and my community is that people are so supportive. They'll come out to they came out to my shows, so many of my shows. And I will tell you this, I grew up watching Evening at the Improv, Joan Rivers, Eddie Murphy. Hey, Rick Reef. Oh, it's a Channel 2 reunion. Rick, Rodney Ward is on as well. Rodney's in the house. You know what? Let's get Frank Sperano out here. Here we go. Just mess with him a little bit. Frank's always on. Oh, we should get Joel Kaplan too. Anyway, no, so my goal, I always wanted to be on stage. Duh. I always wanted to be on stage. I always wanted to be a stand-up comic. That was my goal. I was like, that's what I want to be. That's a high hope, huh? High goal. But what's awesome is I was just going to do it just for fun. It was never oh, I'm going to go and make all this money and run off. But this is a funny story. So, well, I think it's fun. And then I'll laugh. That's your cue. One of my comic friends is like, stop laughing. I'm like, well, then that's when they know that you're supposed to laugh. So anyway, when my ex-husband and we went to therapy, I didn't know we weren't supposed to go to that first therapy session together, but we had to go because we had kids. So I didn't know. So we went there together, and there's these 2 other guys in the same therapy with us because it was like a group counseling session. And I thought they were like a couple, but they weren't. And I figured that out as they started like talking all this mean stuff about their wives. And Lee's sitting here going, that was my chance. No. So he was asking about something about money or something. I don't know. Oh, hey, Frank. Oh, see how I summoned you, Frank? Frank, let's get Bob Barucci in too. And we tried to get Joel. Frank, I've got, who else is in the house? Rodney Ward's in the house. Rick Reef. We're just trying to get everybody in the house. And now I can't, it's not working. Okay. So anyway, we're sitting there in the counseling and Lee's like, well, I need to know if child support or something, what she's going to do with it because, I don't want her going off on some national comedy tour with my money. And all I could think of is, oh, he thinks I'm funny enough to go national. And that's pretty much where it went. Hey, Mark, how's it going? Just crazy. And I remember the night before we announced that we were getting divorced, about 4 or 5 moms from school came to my show. And that was one of my last shows because, they say misery loves comedy. So take it from that what you will. So I remember I'm sitting there. Hey, Paulito, I'm sitting there, and the next day it came out, and I was just thinking, I wonder how many jokes they went through and said, "Ooh, now that makes sense." Oh, wait, that one too, because there were a lot of jokes in there that were like, Like I always said, I would never leave my husband because I never want to see him that happy. Oh well, there it is. No, we are, and that's what's so awesome. It's like I get so many calls from people who are like not real happy. Hey, Mary Jo. Oh, see, another Channel 2 person. Look at that. This is so cool. Hey, Kim. Oh, you guys are in Aspen. Kim and Mark. Ah, show offs. I'm so jealous. Anyway, they would sit there and they'd call me, like, want to talk me through, like, what happened. And, I know I'm always smiling on here, but if you know me, it's like, it's not always happy around here. Talk to my kids. Oh my gosh. Funny. I think he did enough damage. She's like, moving on to the next room. Yeah. So, yes. But anyway, I think I'll probably end up doing comedy. So I think I like the retreat idea. I don't know if Jacqueline's still on. Oh, he laughed at my joke? Oh, thank you. Which one? About that I never leave him, I don't make him that happy? I remember one night I was on Facebook, and Lee, my ex, he hated me being on Facebook. Oh, I don't know why it annoyed him so much. I don't know. Because I worked for him, so I was still working. But he gets so mad. Like, I'm like, I can multitask like this. Like, I can see what the bunny's doing. I know what's going on. I'll have breakfast ready for the kids. What does it matter? And so, oh, she's still there. Yeah. So I remember I'm sitting there, and he goes, oh, you're on Facebook again. And I'm like, well, I could be on, eHarmony. And he goes, he says, well, we wouldn't be matched on there. And I'm like, duh. It doesn't sound as funny now, but it was kind of funny when on stage. Really funny. Oh, another one. My dad would get so mad at me. I don't even know how long. What is this? Oh my God, it's almost an hour. So my dad would get so mad because my dad is funny. If you know my dad, oh my God, they call him the jokester. He's hilarious, and he would always come up to me and go, "Hey," when in front of boyfriends, come on, give me a little tongue before you leave, like. Right? Gross. So we didn't really do that. So I'd always tell that joke, and I'd say it on stage. The knife holder. Oh, go get me the knife holder. Go get it. Thanks, John Hoover, by request. So they'd say, I'd go on stage and I'd be like, yeah, my dad said, when I was getting married, he'd lift the veil. He goes, last chance for a little tongue. And my dad's like, that's so gross. You have to explain it to him. You can't just say. You have to say it's because of that movie, Vacation, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay. So the next time I get on stage, I go, wait, hold it there. It's like you need the intro for it. And he says, so I get up and I said, yeah, so my dad wanted to explain, he lifted the veil, and he goes, no, last chance for a little tongue. And he wanted me to tell you that he got the idea to give me a little tongue from that movie. He goes, wrong. So now my lovely assistant, do not cut yourself. She's going to bring in, this was my first divorce present, dun dun dun, from Jacqueline and Robert. Is that awesome? Okay, there you go. I'll be selling them on my website for $19. No, I am going to start doing that. Isn't that awesome? I love that. That's great. We keep that out there. And then at Halloween, we put blood on it and stuff like that. Hey, Deb. Oh, and Allison's on. Well, hello, everybody. With that, I do joke, but there are a lot of things that I found. And John's like patting himself. Too funny. He's so funny. Hey, Maria, this is exactly the kind of therapy we need to do. And so Maria, she is a telehealth person. And we've talked about having like counseling sessions like for people that are getting divorced or whatever like that. But I think it would be more fun to do an interpersonal retreat / older people getting together, drinking, and going away somewhere. And we don't even have to go that far. I think it would be awesome. It'd be a good staycation somewhere in Florida, and it would be called Kind of Fun. Oh, the knife is called the X. Mark. Oh, you'll buy one? Perfect.
It's called Lee Banks.
It's called the X. The girls go. Ashley goes, it's called Lee Banks. That's not funny.
It's called Nancy Goes to Therapy.
Stop. So anyway, stop it. So I have to control my children. They can't be part of the show right now. Anyway, so, yeah, I think it would be fun. We'll do like a little retreat, get together, and it'd be kind of fun. We could break out little breakout groups and, maybe, I don't know. All right, so let me ask you this. What's your opinion on this? So, I watched The Bachelor. Whatever. It's gotten so lame. I think they should add a twist. I don't mean that they need to have old people, because nobody wants to see old people. Nobody wants to see a 50-year-old trying to get a date. Ain't gonna happen, right? No, thank you. But what I think they should do, I think that they should, eHarmony or Match.com should sponsor it. Yeah, you guys think you're such great matchmakers? Put your money where your mouth is, right? That's what I think. There you go. Now let's mix it up. Stop doing all the crazies. Nobody wants to see him get all crazy and lunatic. We want to see real, and we want to see it right. How about that? I challenge you. Maybe we'll just start doing it. How about that? John and I always said that what we wanted to do, it was always lame. Whatever. You're happily married. We need some interest in our lives watching it. John Hooper and I always said we should do a party because, for the most part, John Hooper and I have been single pretty much a lot of our life. I don't know. They're just sending me props. It's a tiny baby.
I found it near a trash can at Pinecrest.
She found it in a trash can in Pinecrest. I was brushing my hair before I went on. It's called the X, but I guess it could be the Axe mark. Anyway, I was brushing my hair before I went on.
With my
first
brush?
With her brush, and a baby fell out.
No, because
I don't even know.
From Pinecrest.
From Pinecrest?
No,
they
like,
give out baby babies
no,
at Pinecrest.
You
can buy it at the store.
It was like a trend, and
trend.
Everyone would put in your trash cans in bathrooms.
Babies.
And me and Sailor found it one day.
Babies in trash cans.
Tiny babies.
And that's a trend. I just don't even. I can't even go there. Not going to do it. Nope. I could, but I don't. Well, we got rid of her. Yes, so I think that would be fun. But yeah, so I mean, all right. So the other thing I was thinking of, there was something else I was thinking of. My kids distract me all the time. Do you know how much more I could get done if I didn't have these kids around talking to me all the time and expecting me to be listening to them? Oh my God, craziness. Yes. So anyway, I don't know where I was. So if anybody remembers, that would be awesome. So there. So yeah. Anyway, talking about getting, I think The Bachelor, that would be a good idea to have that. Did you ever tell you the story about The Bachelor? This is really funny if you haven't heard this. So The Bachelor was at Lee's Resort a few years ago. I don't know about the significance of a baby in a trash can, and I'm not going to do it. I never explained the party. Thank you, John Hooper. Okay, so John and I were going to say what we were going to do is I would invite 2 guys that I wouldn't date. Oh, I mean, that I wasn't they were friends of mine, but I wouldn't necessarily date. But I could vouch for them, like they were good people. Hey, Greg, how you doing? I could vouch for them. Greg, I'm explaining how we could do a party John Hooper and I had thought of, where I would invite 2 guys that maybe I wouldn't necessarily date, but I would invite them, but I could vouch for them. Like they weren't crazy. Well, I can't say that, but they may. For the most part, I knew they hadn't killed anybody or anything like that. I'd invite those guys, and then those 2 guys could invite 2 girls that they would recommend, and then like John, he could invite 2 girls, and then so on and so on, and then you'd have all these people that were single, but you pretty much somebody knew them. So it's not like you're going to a bar or you're not going swipe right, swipe left or whatever. So it's kind of cool. So I think that's kind of a good idea, especially down in South Florida. It's so hard. I can't even tell you how many people say to me, where do you meet people? And then I say, well, look at my success. How about that? How about that? No, but so that was kind of one of the things. I think that's, right? Sounds like a good idea. All you married people are just going, yeah, that'd be great. You guys could come and be our chaperones. Oh, that'd be even better. You guys could come and you could play matchmaker and say, oh, no, that's not going to work. No. Because all the time, when you first start dating someone, you know what happens, right? There are all these little flags, these red flags, here, you can't stand 6 feet apart. I think if you stand 6 feet apart, it's better. I would like everyone to stand 6 feet away from me, because then it gets it almost gets like the blur effect, right? I look better back here. Well, maybe not like that. Oh, not like that. Yes, Craig. That's what every woman always wants to hear. She's always funny. And then, as my kids would say, but looks aren't everything. But yeah, no, I think that would be a good idea, right? You 6 feet apart, no problem. That's even better. So, I don't even know. I'll have to keep writing down. Give 2 thumbs up or down this time. Oh. Jacqueline. Oh my. Too much. That book's going to be good, because I am writing the book. But when I write the book, it's going to be about this kind of stuff. Like when you start dating someone and you go, he didn't call, but he probably meant to. And then he calls later. And then, like that kind of stuff. Like that kind of stuff. And then like 3 months down the road, you're like, you didn't call. And he's like, but I don't call. That's what I do. I don't call. I text or whatever. And you're like, but I want you to do this. Remember, leopards don't change their spots. Nope. They're not going to change, and you're not going to change. So pretty much at our age, at any age, I don't care how old they are. This is what it is. Rent the ballroom out. Oh, there you go. This is it. This is what we are. So when you meet that person, and there's certain things my aunt always said, I think you have to eat in front of someone before you marry them. Well, I would hope so. But she says that's how you really can tell somebody when you eat, how they chew their food and all that stuff like that. And Deborah, Bachelor at the Exes Resort. Yes, so this is funny. So they were just there so I'm going to go to the red flag thing. So if you see a red flag when you first start dating someone, guess what? That red flag is going to be a burning bonfire. So just keep that in mind. And you're going to think about that later. You're going to be going, bonfire. Cindy, she's smarter than she looks. Thank goodness. So he has a resort in Costa Rica. And back when we were married, it was Brad Womack, who is a twin. Don't get me started. So Brad Womack was going to be there. So I didn't get to go down because I don't know why, but I wasn't invited. No. So Lee was going to go down there. It's a lot of work, and he does, usually when the producers come in, they're doing all this stuff, but he is like so creative. He's like setting everything up and all this kind of stuff. Crazy. Oh, how they treat the server. Yes, thank you. Setting everything up. It's amazing. So he's calling me. He's all stressed out. Oh, it looks great, though. The footage is looking awesome, blah, blah, blah. So Brad's there, and it's like the final 7. So they're probably like just almost the most crazy, or not. I'm not really sure. So Lee calls me, and he's like, oh, my gosh. I just met probably the best-looking person I've ever seen in my entire life. Just a little bit of makeup, tall, really good shape, and man, that Brad, he is the nicest guy. I'm like, really? Well, I guess it's good you're not hanging out with the girls. No. We were hanging out. When they do those, because when they're out there and like they're out there looking and contemplating which woman they should keep and which woman they should marry and spend the rest of their life with, because they've known them for a good 5 weeks. So come on. He goes, when they do that, they're just out there in the middle of a field. I would stand there hanging out talking to him, and then like, okay, we got to do the shot. And then I would just stand at the side. Then we go back to talking, and gave me his number. And I'm like, what do I? So he came home from Costa Rica. And so not that I'm a smart aleck at all, but I had printed out pictures, and I was pretty good at Photoshop. And all these, you're killing me, all these pictures of Brad Womack and Lee, and one with them holding a rose, and all this, and they're all over the house. And he walks, and he goes, ah. So then he goes in the bedroom, and I'm like, hey, can you put this on the nightstand? And then there's a picture of him and Brad, and they're looking at each other lovingly. It was so funny. It was hilarious. So then about in January, it aired in February. So last fall, Peter was there, who, don't get me started with Pilot Pete. And his mother, really? I'll get me started in a minute. Anyway, so Pilot Pete, he's down there. So when Lee comes back, the girls and I go over and bring him dinner. And I had like giant posters of him and Pete, pictures everywhere. The girls got rose petals and threw them out. I mean, it was hilarious. It was so much fun. So anyway, and again, he walks in, and then he's like, I'm going to save these because there was like a premiere. That's where I saw Mark Mando for the first time ever in person, or for a very long time. Anyway, so he's like rolling them up. We're going to use these pictures. The thing was so cute. So anyway, yes, so we have a good relationship, which is good with me and Lee. That's what you want. This is a takeaway from when you get divorced, especially when you have kids. You want to have a good relationship with your ex-spouse, because you know what? Somebody said to me something the other day. They're like, oh, I can't wait till the kids graduate from high school because then I'm done. I'm like, dude, what? Dudette, what are you thinking? Because they are, guess what? They divorce, and then what happens? Or they graduate, then what? Oh, then they're going to get married. Oh, or maybe not in this order, whatever. They're going to have babies and graduate college, all this. Hey, Jill Berman, happy belated birthday. Everybody say happy belated birthday to Jill Berman Adler. Hello, sorry I missed it. They're going to say all this. You're going to be with them. You're tied to those people forever. And when Lee got married, I actually apologized to his second wife, and I said, I'm sorry, but I feel really bad, but I'm not going anywhere. You're stuck with me. Not awful. Oh, you're stuck with me. Oh, and my kids. Oh, hello, Kathy. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, divorce, right? It's crazy. Like you think, because when you date someone, you break up. Like you don't ever have to see that person ever again, right? If you don't want to. But if you have a good breakup, then you can, whatever. You do whatever you want. And with divorce, that's what you do. You decide what kind of divorce you're going to have. Are you going to have a good one? What are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? And so we choose to get along. We have, like, he'll come over. I mean, not now because, oh gosh, we can't do that. We're going to, what are we going to, because of all the, whatever. Oh, Corona. That's what it is. I don't know what it's called anymore. I just call it that thing that's keeping me trapped in my home, which I have to say, I know this is going to surprise probably a lot of people, but because I really like throwing parties, I think. I'm not really sure because I kind of get a little stressed out when I start doing these parties. And I said to my mom at the last one, when I was getting ready, I go, maybe I just don't like having parties. And I think I do. Because I will tell you, I am enjoying not having to do anything, just like being in the house. We had the girl, it's gotten so lame that I pulled out, my friend Faith gave me a tablecloth, a Mexican tablecloth that she had for crafts and has sparkles still on it and everything. She had just like years ago, she's like, do you want this craft stuff? And I'm like, yeah. So I pull out this old Mexican tablecloth, pulled out like a pitcher and a bowl that I had that are randomly Mexican that I think I got as a wedding gift. And then we ordered La Bamba. And the girl, and I had them put Mexican music on. They're like, oh, is Shakira Mexican? I'm like, okay, I don't know, whatever, just put it on. If they're speaking Spanish, it's fine. And they're like, the girls go, why is your mom so into Cinco de Mayo? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really bad because this is nothing. And my oldest daughter, her birthday is at the end of the month. So I'm going to tell you this right now. We're doing one of those drive-bys. So I'm going to put it out there on Facebook. And I know this is obnoxious, but I'm going to put it on Facebook, and I want everybody to drive by. You don't have to decorate your car. You don't do anything. You just have to drive by. It's going to be on Friday the 29th of May. It's going to be around 5:30 because everyone, I don't even know what we're going to be doing if we're out of work or whatever, but it's after like everyone's out of school and doing the drive-by. So anyway, but I'm so excited because that's all we have to do. Got to buy her some presents, but I can do that online. This is all gotten kind of lazy. I'm kind of liking this. I don't know what's going to happen when they open those doors. Oh, so John was asking me about Milo. So Milo, he wasn't asking this much. He was asking about the vegetables. Oh no, he was asking about Eddie Thai. But Milo brings the tomatoes. Now I do, oh, you're going? Bye, Jacqueline. He's watching Michael Jordan. What? So Milo is up in Montura, which is near Okeechobee, and he comes down. He was here Tuesday through Friday, or Tuesdays and Fridays with watermelon, tomatoes, onions. All the vegetables were amazing. And so, excuse me, then the tomatoes started they weren't as good, and they were costing more. So now he's not coming back, or he wasn't, but he was getting such a demand. Everyone's calling. He's like, he'll be back Tuesday, which is awesome. So it's in the Best Buy parking lot over in Fort Lauderdale, which is so close to me, which is amazing. I overbought last time, so I started giving them out to my neighbors. They were the best tomatoes. And the other day, my oldest goes, we don't have any more tomatoes? What? I'm like blanching them. I didn't even know what that was. And I know that shocks you because I was the big chef on Home Shopping Network. But yeah, so and so he'll be back. And Eddie Watana from Eddie's Thai, he will be back next Friday with he came with like, I don't even know, 50 of his sauces, and they were all gone within like 40 minutes. So you want to make sure you get there for that. And so anyway, the reason I was doing this was just to check my video and to see how everything's going. It looks like it's okay. I'm not really sure, but it doesn't matter. I started doing this Just Cindy thing in the morning. I'm on every morning at 10 a.m., well, Monday through Friday. I started doing it because I've always wanted to do it, first of all, and then I didn't have I had no excuse now because we're home. What else am I going to do? My kids are in school. They don't need my help during the day. So I started doing it, and I wanted it to be a little upbeat because every time I turn on the news, the only reason I turn on the news is just to see, are we still in quarantine? That's all. That's it, and then I turn it off. And maybe, just a little other updates. There's no entertainment update. There's no other stuff, so I'm just like, okay, well, I'm done. because I don't want the negativity, and I just don't want it in my house, and I don't want it, because when you're in quarantine, you can get kind of like bummed out. Some days I have sad days, but for the most part, everything's pretty good. I've got my girls here all the time. I'm very lucky that they're with me. So I've had them for almost 2 months straight. So next week we go back to timeshare, but I've had them and it's been fabulous. I'm not saying we get along all the time, but it's just nice having that continuity, which is awesome. But so I started doing Just Cindy because I wanted just to have a little bit of fun. Hey, Joyce, have a little bit of fun, a little bit of happy positivity. There was a guy on one of the Bachelors that it was just horrible. He would make up words all the time. Hi, Natalie. So when I make up a word and I'm not sure if that's exactly right, I'll just go with it. But anyway, I wanted to have that positive. I wanted happiness, and there's so many good people doing things out there, which is so much fun. So that's what I wanted to do. I have like Mandy Adler. She's like with the college counseling, and she comes on and tells us stuff, and it's just kind of neat. Is this going to get any bigger than this? I don't know, but it's just fun, and I like doing it. And you guys are really, really gracious and special because you actually show up, and that's what's so nice. And that's what I like about it. Oh, Michael, and this is cool. Also, like people that I did comedy with. There's so much. I look at my life, and I have so many different lives that I've lived, and it's so funny how when they start crossing over, and it's so much fun. There's Wendy. Hello, Wendy. Welcome to the party. We were talking about you earlier. I don't even know what it was at this point, but we were talking about Costa Rica. We were talking about Bachelor. I don't know, something. There was something that you were. I don't know. It was nothing bad. Oh, it was that you called me. That's what it was when you called. Are you okay? After my Jake Ryan. The whole early thing was all Jake Ryan. The whole thing was Jake Ryan about what a jerk he is. But we still would have dated him. I don't care. And not because of the car. Cares? Well, for me, I didn't care. I remember when I was younger, I still didn't know how to drive a stick shift. No idea how to drive a stick shift. And I remember saying to my dad, I need to learn how to drive a stick shift, because what if we're someplace and someone I'm with is drinking and I can't drive home because I don't know how to drive a stick? He goes, well, then call me. Really? So I was out one night, and it was probably 1 a.m, with somebody who had been drinking with a stick shift. And do you know how hard it was for me not to call my dad? Oh, so close. This is before Uber. Now it's like Uber. It's like, whatever. I don't care. And what do you think is going to happen with Uber? That's the other thing. What are we going to do? I mean, because I don't want to get in somebody's car, right? I mean, I don't know. I guess we walk in and we hazmat when we get in. I don't know. I guess I'll be walking a lot. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of great places right around here. That's the other thing. When we went to New York in December, we walked everywhere. Everywhere we walked. Hey, Bob. I summoned him. Hello. Oh, I summoned him, but it didn't go through. Or maybe it did. Hello, Bob. It's a Channel 2 reunion. Positivity is a word. Thank you, John Hooper. That's why I love John. He's the best. We would walk everywhere in New York. And then now what do we do here? I go to the girls. You want to walk to Target? No. Target's 2 blocks from my house. Really? I think because one time we walked to Target and I overbought, and then they had to carry everything back. I think that's why. But now it's like, we didn't walk to Starbucks because I'm like, I don't really like Starbucks anyway, and we have to carry it back. There's Kelly Craig. Oh, Kelly Craig is on. Oh my God. Kelly Craig is probably the funniest person ever. I remember watching her years ago when she was on TV, and this is before, I might have been like, I was working at Channel 2, but I was like pulling cable, no pun intended, pulling cable or innuendo and doing stuff like that. And I remember watching Kelly Craig, and I'm like, that's what I want to be, because it's like, you talk about personality. Oh my gosh, like just awesome. And what's so cool, back then, way back then, but no, like, 20 years ago, everyone was a little more serious, and it was just like this. And Kelly, and she has the best laugh ever. And she would just be on there, and you could just see her personality, and she was just awesome. So I love her. And so whenever like she shows up here, I'm like, oh, Kelly Craig's here. And whenever if she'll like one of my posts, I get all excited. I'm like, oh, I feel, the celebrity. So it's awesome. So thank you. Thanks for showing up. So anyway, but yeah, so it's just, and so I really enjoy doing this because I don't know, I'm not really sure. Pot lady. Yes. Are you going to bed? When am I going to end? I don't know. I'm having too much fun. I guess I should end soon because it's been over an hour. Oh my gosh. You know, I would like to start doing this, and I'd like to start taking calls because I think that would be fun if I could figure that out, because I'd like to be like Jenny McCarthy, only not as gross. Because, you know, I remember when I was pregnant, I read her book about being pregnant, and I could not get through it because it was so disgusting. I'm just like, really? Do we have to go here? Really? Do we? But I do, when I was pregnant, I also read that book, Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce, or I'm hired, Girlfriend's Guide to, Girlfriend's Guide to Pregnancy. And it says, you shouldn't dye your hair when you're pregnant. And then, but that's like the chapter type, one of the chapters. And then it says, what are you, crazy? If you stop dyeing your hair, he's going to leave you. And then you're going to be a single woman with a baby. And it was all that kind of stuff. And I love that. I remember I just got a divorce book. No, I don't want to say anything bad about the person, because I'm sure this works for some people. But it said the first like 2 pages were, if you are thinking about divorce, but you're not divorced, but you're thinking about it, stop. Because getting a divorce is the worst thing you will ever experience in your entire life. It is horrible. And I'm like, oh my gosh, who is saying this? Oh my gosh, don't ever say that to someone. It's like whenever someone tells me they're getting divorced, and I'm like, well, how are you doing with that? And then they're like, I'm good. I'm like, good for you. And if they go, oh, it's horrible, I'm like, oh, well, I'm sorry. So what's like, why are you not doing well with it? You know, like that kind of thing. Like, you got to feel it out a little bit. Don't like make these blanket statements like, oh my gosh, that's insane. Don't do it. But yeah. So, all right. I think I might wrap this up. Although this is kind of fun. I really like this. I'm having a good time. Can you tell? No, you can't tell at all. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now you see. Now you see why I'm divorced, right? Lee would be in the other room going, are you freaking kidding me? Get off of the computer. So, I want to thank you all for coming tonight. And if you missed any of this, the entire hour and 15 minutes is on replay. But honestly, I did just pop on because I wanted to see how my video was going. It looks like it's going pretty well. I don't know. We'll see how it goes in the morning. It's potluck in the morning. You have no idea. But I'm on at 10 o'clock in the morning live, and then it replays all day. So in case you miss it, because some people, you know, you might be working at 10 in the morning. Maybe it doesn't work in your schedule. It's okay. But thank you so much for sharing your evening with me. And I will, I guess I will see you tomorrow. And if you have any ideas for my show, I would love to have it. If you're like an expert on something, like there's so many people on here that I would love to have. Oh my God, if Kelly Craig could do like a little 2-minute thing, that would be kind of cool. If she did like a little, because she has like that really fun, like remember Jeannie Mose that used to be on CNN, and she always had those quirky little stories. Like Kelly Craig, that's her. She's awesome. Like she's like amazing at everything she does. She could do like a 2-minute thing for me. That would be so cool. Anyway, so that's it. I'm out. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great night. I'm gonna go tuck some kids in.